Hi, welcome back to my channel for fearless bag makers. I hope you are one. My name is Uni and I had so much fun playing with glitter vinyl in the last video that I can't really give it up yet. So I want to play some more. So as you see, I found some glitter vinyls here, and I'm going to play with that and make this little bag, which is a free pattern. This little bag is called Elizabetha, after an English pirate who was a river pirate. As you see, it has a little pocket in the back and a big zipper on the top, and it's lined with waterproof canvas. Has a zipper pocket with a decor panel on the inside, and so it's fun and very quick to make. This is a perfect little gift if you want to start making Christmas gifts already. The things I've used on my little bags are, it's like a beach theme with little seahorse and sand dollars and starfish, and yeah, so, and I got them. You can, of course, you can make your own little pattern and cut them out, because this glitter vinyl doesn't fringe so bad on the edges. So, but I bought this little Sizzix machine. So that's a little cutting machine. So I'll show you how it works. I saved myself time, and it looks a little prettier than if I was drawing with a pencil and cutting it out by a scissor. So this little machine is not very expensive, and you could use it for cards, making cards and cutting vinyl and patchwork stuff if you're into that. So I only have three little dies, as they call. One is a heart, this one here, and then one is the beach theme with the thing I have, and then some are flowers. I'll just show you how it works quickly. Let's take this cool pink vinyl, glitter vinyl. So maybe I should make some flowers. So I cut them into squares that fits pretty good. Yeah, let me cut them this way. So you put this plastic under it and a little plastic board. And this plastic board, they look so funny because every time you go to cut something, it goes, you know, gets cut through in this. So after a while, you have to change these guys. So I just put the, as you see, I have the, what do you call it, glass, plexiglass on the bottom. I have my die, I have my glitter vinyl, and I have a plexiglass on top. And I'll show you what I do. I can feel there's some pressure there. And then I have my flowers. Isn't it cool? And here I can make another little flower. Oh, there is one. Yeah, so I love these little things. I can make bags pretty by using these. I'll do it one more time just for fun. Let's make something out of this cool, this one is thinner. I think I found that it's better to have the bottom down towards the, because what happens with these dies is that the rubber foam gets pressed down, and you have some metal knife sticking up there that when you get pressed towards them, they cut this. I think so. So I found that when you use the back towards the knife, it's better. Well, at least maybe my knives, they were in Hurricane Dorian. Maybe they got a little not so sharp, a little blunt. So that's why I have to do it like this now. Let's do it one more time, or I can do it like that. So this is how easy it is. I mean, look how much time would it have taken me to do this. Much more time than this takes, right? So it's pretty funny. you get a little hooked. So, and it's not the most expensive toy in the world. So, you know, it's not the worst thing to get hooked on. Anyway, so now you see how that little Sissic, mine is Sissic Big Shot. I'm sure there's a lot of different cutting machines out there for if you get gripped by the need to do fun stuff like this. So I'll put these aside, and then today I already did. Yeah, so today we're going to make that little bag I said. Make sure you know where it is so you stay within the borders, right? So like say if I stay away from the edges, I'm not going to use this, of course, but you know, so make sure that you have a margin on each side here, so you don't get, because we have a seam allowance on each side here, and you don't want to be butting quite up against that. So what I have done here, I've glued these pieces on, and so either what I do sometimes, I put the pieces in a box like this, and then I spray with this adhesive, but I do go out on the porch to do it. I don't want to sit inside my workspace and spray, because this is not the best thing to sniff. So you can do that, and then you take a little tweezer, lift it up from here, and then glue it on. It's pretty simple. Or you can even use this school glue. And the glue is not going to hold this forever with tear and wear. It's only to hold it until you get to the sewing machine and you can sew around it. Now that we have glued the flowers in place, well, in my case I have a flower, in your case you might have an elephant or a giraffe or whatever, right? We're going to free motion this. When you do that, remember to take the feed dogs. They need to come down. And there's a little button on this machine that makes sure they come down, and I'm sure there's something on your machine as well, so just find that. All right, so we could just start happily here. I'm not an expert in free motion applique, but I will try. My intention is to make sure that the flowers are fastened so they don't rub off when you use the bag. So it's not the machine leading the fabric now, right? It's me. And it's good to sew with a thread that is not too different, because then there's lesser chance that your mistakes will show up. Okay. Okay. Oops. And my thread is getting wrecked. Oh, I think it's the glitter. It's the glitter that's eating up my thread, I think. Be careful, wear protection glasses. It's not a problem when you're getting older and see poorly, because then you have to have glasses like me. Okay. I think that will be good for that flower, and then we just do the other. So it's easy peasy. That's how quickly it can be done, right? So we're starting with the mid-center panel, where we will have a little panel at the top there. and the bottom is the zipper. So now we can put in the little zipper. I cut it so long that I can have the zipper hanging out there, because that makes it easier. So I just sew across here. If you're a good girl, you can use clips. Now I take the pocket lining for the center panel. I flip it over so I can see on the other side where to sew. If you're good at sewing, you can just sew both at one time. So now I want to finger press and top stitch. Then I'll put the top panel on like this. Then I press that up, take that little pocket, put that on the other side of my little top panel, sew in the same seam, and then put it like that, and now I can top stitch that one. That's how it is. We got the pocket in place. We don't need to sew these side seams because they will come in the panel that we're doing now. So now let's do the side panels. And now I will be a good girl and clip. Let's see. Clip that in place. Actually, we can do it on both sides. Make sure the pocket is sitting under there. So now we're ready to put the zipper and the lining on, the top zipper. And now it's time for the zipper tabs. Fold this back and top stitch. And then we can put it on. It's a good thing to measure. Center of the zipper, Center of the bag. It's there. Little brand there. Center of this side we can do while we're at it. Because we're coming to that in a second. Yeah, we can start on the front. Lift up the foot so the zipper can pass freely. Yeah, and then we can put the, all right. Okay, so now we're actually ready to put the lining on. And here is our lining, blue. Yeah, let's do the decor panel for the lining. So we figure out where it's supposed to be according to the pattern. I have double-sided tape here because that's always a pleasure to work with. I think we'll put it right there, equal amount on each side. There, that should be pretty straight. And then before we sew around this, we need to put one of the pockets on. And this pocket, we'll put the right side down. And we put it so that it goes to the top of the panel. We need a little piece of it sticking up here. And we need all of it to come back there. And here, this lining, this waterproof canvas, we can actually use pins in. Now I'm going to cut through here. I'm going to use the rotary cutter. So that was the rotary cutter. Now I only need to cut them straight like that. There. So now we're going to do the zipper a little different than we did on the other bags, but what we're going to do now is cut away the lining a little away from the zipper. So we don't see it through the hole in the rectangle. But we don't need to cut all the way to the side. It might look ugly on the back. There. We have 2 layers here to make this work. So one has actually double-sided tape on. It's a little harder. See? To make it overly easy for us, we like overly easy, right? We do this thin little double-sided tape. Mine is working just not so great. I think something happened to it in the hurricane. Maybe it got wet or something. I was on a little island in the Bahamas where we were hit terribly bad by the hurricane Dorian. There. Okay, so then we just take the zipper, put it on the table, put the opening over it like that. Make sure it's in the center. like that. That's good. And we zoom around that too. This is the way you can do the zipper if you have a cork, nice vinyl, and you don't mind raw edges on the vinyl, or leather. If you have a leather, you can do this with leather too. And we need that pocket to be open, because that's where we are going to turn the bag through. So we sew from the side. Okay, we might as well clip it a little bit to hold it in place. We start on the side and we're going to sew on the top. Now leave this zipper open. So now we take the zipper, the lining, and put it on the zipper. We can do the center of the lining. Here, center of that. Clip it in place. And sew where we can see the stitches. Now we should top stitch, but we're not folding this double. We're folding the lining up. Got that? And now for the back, we actually do need the strap connectors. So here they are. I have put double-sided tape on them to make it easier for myself. So I just fold them in on each side. This is the way you do the strap as well. You fold just so they meet. So now you take the strap connector, both of them, Now I can put them on here. And I want to attach them so I don't come in conflict with this seam allowance there, because that will be too thick for my machine. Now we have basted the strap connectors in place. We need to fold this over so we can sew. I think we should clip that in place so it doesn't go anywhere. So my point is now to try and get the seam allowance there, the strap there, and the zipper tab there. So all of them should be away from each other. Let's top stitch as much as we can here. It's a little hard to do it all the way through, but it is possible. Now we have a top stitch on each side of the zipper. So now when I'm putting these two together, I put the zipper tab towards the lining, and then I clip, right? Zipper tab towards the lining, clip. Before we sew the side seam, we need to do the boxed corners. Oh yeah, I realized I forgot to cut the boxed corners when I cut the side strips for the bag. So I'll just have to put the pattern on and do it now. Now I got all 4 corners. Now I can happily sew the side seams. So now I'm going to sew just a little, 1/8, 2/8 away from the zipper tab. Very close, close as my machine can go, and be a little careful. Not on top of them. Not on top. And on the lining, I'll take a little extra seam allowance. So it's not getting baggy. Okay, now I can feel it's there. That's where I want it. A little more seam allowance on the lining. And then what I normally do is, because I know it's going to be a lot of pressure, I'm going to So one more time along the zipper tabs. Got the side seams. Now we do the box corners. Fold it out like that. Split the seam allowance in two. And make sure we're on this mid-center bottom. The center bottom is where the side seam comes. Make a little line to make sure it's straight. So one extra time there. Okay, do the same on the other side. Fold the seam allowance. After doing this 100 times, you don't need to make a line anymore. There. Got the bottom there. Now we only need the... Now we can cut the seam allowance away a little here, because it doesn't need to stick out so much. And now we can do the box corner on the lining. Our bag is finished, more or less. Thank God we remembered. Oi! We remembered to. I remembered to open one zipper, but not the other. How fun is that? Okay, there was a little hole I could get my finger through. So now we need to birth the bag. Grab the corners. This is an easy bag to birth. So we're only going to try and push it through that little pocket. Close that by folding it down. Not too much there. It is possible to iron this down with a better result, maybe. But it's fun with it's funny with these bags. You don't have to iron at all with the waterproof lining. Stick the lining inside, back where it belongs, in the pocket. Put this whole thing back. This is a cute little bag. It's not you can't get all your essentials in here, but you get your credit cards, you get your phone, you get shades, and I have this already made strap. I'm cheating a little on this. I have this leather strap I bought, finished, already made. Make it easy. I'll show you how you can make your own strap. Here I have some cork. I have to take 2 pieces and combine them into one strap. And what I'll do is I put one 90 degree on the other. Can you see that? And then I sew diagonally across there, like that. And there we have it. It looks better when you do it that way. Take the double-sided tape along the center. Again, if you want, you can draw a line. You can make it like this. This is cork on the bottom, and this vinyl, the red is vinyl. This is waterproof canvas on the bottom with cork on top. Pretty funny with little butterflies. And then this one is cork on the bottom and blue vinyl. So you can make your own straps pretty successfully this way. And you can have your own strap adjuster. And as you see, I use rivets here to make it stronger. And on the other side, this side. But this side here has to be adjustable, so you can't use a rivet. So you can only use rivets on one side. Okay, now I've shown you that. I'll continue showing you how you make the strap. Okay, so what we'll do is, see here, we will fold it towards the center, like that. When we're done with the strap, we put these little swivel clasps on. You buy them on Amazon. First you measure the strap, how long you want it for or if you want it across your body, or if you want it just on your shoulder. You can have a strap adjuster, but when you make this with 2 layers like this, well, kind of 3 layers of cork, it's a little thick. See, you can see it here, it's a little bulky. So you put your little swivel clasp in, fold it over, cut the hole, and then you put this little rivet in. We have our little shoulder strap. Fits really good on this other one I made, like this. This is all the same pattern, that's for free. I call it Elizabetha. No glitter. So you can make it simple as that, because this is enough decor just in the beautiful cork, natural cork. Isn't it cool to see how much fun you could do? Now you've seen a lot of different ways you can make it. It's simple and easy, and you can make several in a day. Perfect little gift. Thank you for staying with me during this tutorial. And I just want to give you a little sneak peek of the next bag I'm going to make. It is called Cheng Sao. Here's another version. That's actually the one we are going to make. Now you can start looking forward to my next tutorial, and please don't forget to subscribe. Like or dislike the video and comment below if you have something to say. Have a great day. Bye.